Imagine a world where the internet exploded into existence. But websites were silent, lifeless pages of text. No animations, no interactive features, no dynamic apps running in your browser. Just still images and words on a white screen. Now imagine a single decision, a single invention that changed everything. In the mid-1990s, a group of engineers at Sun Microsystems created something bold. A language not bound to a single machine, a single operating system, or a single company. Their vision was clear: write once, run anywhere. But who truly invented the Java language? And how did this creation alter the destiny of the digital age? This is the story of Java, a language born out of innovation, rivalry, and the dream of a connected world. A language that still powers the backbone of modern technology more than 2 decades after its creation. Today, we step back in time to uncover not only who invented Java, but what might have happened if it never existed. The story begins in 1991. The internet, as we know it, does not yet exist. Computers are bulky, expensive, and largely disconnected. Sun Microsystems, a powerful but relatively young company, is searching for the next great leap in technology. At the heart of this story is James Gosling, a Canadian computer scientist working at Sun. Gosling, often described as quiet yet intensely creative, is leading a secret project called Green. Its goal: to build software for the next wave of consumer devices. Think about it: microwaves, VCRs, even smart televisions. Sun believed the future lay in intelligent devices scattered throughout homes. But there was a problem. Every electronic device used different hardware and operating systems. Writing code for one meant rewriting it for another. The process was slow, expensive, and frustrating. Gosling and his team needed something radical. They dreamed of a programming language that could run on any machine, no matter the underlying system. This was the spark that gave birth to Java. Originally named Oak, after the tree outside Gosling's office window, the language was designed with simplicity and universality in mind. It stripped away unnecessary complexity from C and C++, while introducing powerful features like automatic memory management. In other words, Java would protect programmers from their own mistakes while giving them the flexibility to build almost anything. But Java's real superpower was its virtual machine. Instead of compiling directly into machine code for a single computer, Java programs compiled into bytecode. This bytecode could then run on the Java virtual machine, an interpreter available across platforms. Windows, Mac, Solaris, even mobile devices. Suddenly, it didn't matter what system you used. One language could rule them all. By 1995, Java was officially released to the world. And its timing could not have been more perfect. The internet was beginning to boom. Websites were growing beyond text and images. The world needed interactivity, multimedia, and connection. Java stepped onto the stage, promising developers the power to create dynamic content that worked anywhere. In many ways, Java became the beating heart of the early internet revolution. Applets, those small interactive programs that ran directly inside browsers, symbolized the future. For the first time, software was no longer chained to the machine, it lived on the network. But who truly invented Java? Was it James Gosling alone? The reality is more complex. While Gosling is credited as the father of Java, the language was the product of teamwork. Patrick Naughton and Mike Sheridan were part of the original Green project. Bill Joy, Sun's co-founder, also played a critical role in shaping the philosophy behind Java. Together, this group pushed forward an idea that no one company had fully dared to realize. Still, history remembers Gosling. His name, etched into the legacy of programming, forever tied to the birth of Java. But let us pause and ask, what if Java never existed? What if James Gosling had never built Oak? What if Sun Microsystems had abandoned the Green project? To understand the weight of this question, we must imagine a parallel timeline. Without Java, the early internet would have looked very different. Developers in the mid-90s would have been forced to rely heavily on C and C++. These languages were powerful but also complex, error-prone, and tied tightly to specific systems. Cross-platform development would have been a nightmare. Websites might have remained static for years longer. Interactivity would have been slow to arrive, The concept of web applications might not have taken hold until the rise of JavaScript, years later, and mobile devices, they would have suffered immensely. Java became the foundation for technologies like Android, which today powers billions of smartphones worldwide. Without Java, the smartphone revolution might have been delayed or shaped by entirely different tools. Perhaps Microsoft's technologies would have dominated. Perhaps C and .NET would have risen earlier, giving Windows an unshakable grip on the future. Without Java, the dream of write once, run anywhere might have never materialized. Instead, we might have been trapped in a fragmented digital landscape where software was locked into silos and innovation slowed by compatibility walls. But in our reality, Java did exist, and its impact is staggering. Java became the backbone of enterprise software powering banks, corporations, and governments. It gave rise to Android, which opened the door to affordable smartphones worldwide. It trained generations of programmers, often serving as the first language taught in universities. And while its applets faded into history, its philosophy lived on, pushing the software world toward portability, security, and universality. James Gosling and his team didn't just invent a language. They reshaped the very way we think about software. They gave us the courage to believe that code could transcend machines, that the internet could be alive, and that software could belong to everyone. Yet, the story of Java also carries lessons for us today. Languages are not just technical tools. They are ideas, philosophies, and visions of the future. Java taught us that simplicity and universality can be more powerful than raw complexity. It taught us that sometimes innovation comes not from building something bigger, but from making something more accessible. As coders, we must remember the decisions we make in lines of code today can ripple through history, shaping the tools and technologies of tomorrow. So next time you write a Java program, or perhaps debug one, you are walking in the footsteps of Gosling and his team. You are part of a legacy that stretches back to that small group of engineers in 1991, dreaming of a universal language. But one question remains. If James Gosling gave us Java, what about the other languages that shaped the digital age? What if Python had never been created? What if JavaScript was never born? Each of these what-ifs opens a door to a new story, and that is a journey we'll take, one video at a time.